Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the This Is Me podcast. I'm Karen.
And I'm Ellie, and today we have Kimmy joining us, and Kimmy's story is one of addiction, recovery, ADHD, and stepping into her own and running a successful business. So thank you, Kimmy, for joining us today, and thank you for running your successful business so that we can run our successful business, because Kimmy does our socials for us. And we wouldn't have any if it wasn't for Kimmy. So
That's a very good point. Yeah.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. When you asked me, like, I've been doing the socials, I've been listening to the other episodes, and I'm like, wow, these people are like proper adults. I still never consider myself to be a proper adult.
Yeah,
So
no,
like,
that's too. I
have
don't
got
think.
to share, but you know, there's some. I think there's some nuggets of value in my story, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, loads.
So why don't you kick us off then? Tell us a bit about yourself and how you got to where you are today.
So, as you said, I run Digital Dopamine, and I'm a content creator for small to medium businesses. How I got to where I am, I have no bloody clue, if I'm honest. But a little bit of backstory about the social media stuff. I fell into this job just completely by accident. My friend was going for an interview at a marketing agency, and she came out. I was like, "How was it?" And she was like, "Oh, mate, you've got to go for this job," because I've always been on socials. I've always been a bit of a, my school reports always said, like, really good, but always gets distracted, plays up, that sort of thing, So I was always sort of messing around on socials, and she said, just go for this job. So I went and had an interview like the following week, and they seemed to like me straight away. And I was there for 3.5 years until October 2024. And then I just decided, actually, I'm really good at what I do. That might sound big-headed, but it's the first time in my life that I was like, I'm actually good at this.
Yeah,
that's really good.
I was in a position in my life where I wanted more for myself and for my little boy. So I was like, I knew that the company couldn't afford to pay me anymore because, business is tough, and I totally get that. So I was like, do you know what? I'm just gonna give it a go. I'm just gonna see what happens. I started a Facebook page. In fact, before I even did that, I put on my personal profile, I'm thinking of starting a business. It's going to be social media. Obviously, you lot know what I'm like. Not well. Throw some names out there. And literally the post had, I think, about 50, 60 comments. And somebody
your business name?
Somebody suggested
awesome.
Digital Dopamine.
I love
Now,
it, yeah.
Instantly, I was like, brilliant. ADHD, riddled, dopamine, love it. Digital, great. And what I didn't realise then was the moment I started a Facebook page, within 24 hours, 48 hours, it had over 500 followers. And I think the reason...
Right, but that's not normal.
The reason I think that happened is, one, because I bear my life online. I'm very, not to direct it to the vulnerability porn of your post yesterday, but I'm very much... The way I look at things is I'm happy to share it, because if I'd have known back then that I wasn't the only one, my life might have been a little bit easier. So I'm an open book, and 500 follows within about 24, 48 hours. And it's been, so October to now, what's that, 8 months? It's been incredible. Like, I cannot tell you how amazing my life has been over the last 8 months. Like, not just financially, that's great, but I never went away at all with my little boy before starting this business. We've now been away 4 times abroad.
Oh,
wow.
Like, we've got a holiday next month, and it's not about the materialistic things at all, but it's the opportunities that I'm able to give him, and just seeing his face and knowing my life wasn't always this good. Like,
a friend of mine's dad used to say, money doesn't make you happy, but it gives you choices. And I think that's really true, because you're right. Having money doesn't mean you're happy, does it? But
No.
actually to be able to give your little boy what you didn't have must be just awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I'm quite fortunate, you know, my mum, she was a business owner, and she did quite well. So it's not that I never had nothing, but just where my life had taken me, I was living a life of destroying myself, not really knowing who I was, feeling like an outcast, feeling like, you know, childhood, there was a bit of abuse there and stuff. So it was like I was an angry teenager that just wanted to tell the world, please go away. Okay.
We had a lady
That was
on
very
one of our...
correct of you, politically
We
correct.
had a lady, didn't we, on one of the podcasts who works in the Navy, and she said something really interesting, Kimmy. She said that a lot of people that come into the military bring trauma and experiences with them.
Yeah.
But then when they come out of the army or the Navy or whatever, they think it's, people outside think it's to do with the forces.
Yeah.
But actually it's, people have brought a lot of that trauma with them. And,
Yeah.
and I think that they go to the military to deal with it, whereas something's got to come out, hasn't it? And that's probably what happened with you. It had to come out somewhere.
It had to, and I just felt like I was always labelled as not the naughty, but my mum might disagree. I was a bit of a little shit, but not in a horrible way. I think I was just looking for some attention, looking for some love.
Cheeky.
Like when
Well,
I was
also,
young,
you know, you've got ADHD now. You didn't know that at the time, did you? So that will have played into it.
Yeah, and that's why sort of the place that I'm at now, everything, and it's so cliche and I hate it, everything makes sense. Like, but it's just,
I'm glad it makes sense to you.
No, I mean, it makes sense, but it makes sense because it doesn't make sense, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, so childhood was weird. Going through it, obviously you don't know any different, but now being an adult and going through therapy and looking back, you know, there's definitely some stuff that happened that has stayed with me. You know, my mum left when we were 6. That's my earliest memory, is walking around town looking for my mum.
God.
And I hated her for so long. But now being older, I 100%, obviously some people will say, you know, I don't know how anyone could leave that. My dad was not a very nice man back in those days. Like, it must have taken her everything to finally get up and leave. So that was always, you know, we searched for hours for her, and then we were left with a dad that was drinking and just wasn't very nice, you know, 80 style parenting, you naughty, bang.
Yeah.
So there's all of that sort of stuff. So I carried that with me for a very, very long time. But since doing all the stuff that I've done, I realised that my dad was only doing the best that he could at the time. Did he make the right choices? No, but I haven't since. Me and my mum actually had a conversation at a hospital bed when she wasn't very well. And literally, like, when was this? It was only a couple of years ago. So probably 30 years of resentment had just gone in one conversation.
Oh, God, that's amazing.
Because we just had that. She was like, I tried, you know, and I could see that she didn't have a choice. She didn't have it because he wasn't very nice.
But again, similarly though, you at that age, you don't know that, and you can't even begin to comprehend it, can you? So I can understand how 30 years later you're still full of resentment because you don't know any different.
Yeah, I just wanted.
You were abandoned, weren't you?
I felt abandoned, and you know, I felt like, why would you leave me with this man who's drinking a lot and this, that, and the other?
Did you feel like in later lives, did you feel that you weren't worthy of that sort of love as such? You know, like not being
I still do to this day.
Yeah.
It must come out like that, mustn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I always use the word escape, but we did manage to escape my dad's and go to my mum's when we were, I don't even know, my whole childhood is just a blackout mess, I think.
Probably best to leave it like that, to be honest.
Yeah, and things with my mum were better, but again, like, I think I was a handful because I didn't know what was going on in my brain. Like she definitely didn't. So there was a whole, I pushed the boundaries a lot.
Yeah.
So there was always that sort of butting of heads. So yeah, I moved out, I think first time, no, I say moved out, I probably got kicked out more times than I can ever remember. And rightfully so as well, because sometimes I just, bit of a troublesome child.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've kind of felt alone,
Yeah.
as in not sort of just like, how do I liken it? So I've got a friend, okay, and so this is probably going to sound absolutely mental to some people. So I've got a friend, she goes into her mum's house, she doesn't knock the door, she just walks in, hi mum, straight in the fridge, bang, I'm like, do you want a cup of tea? Like, it's home. I still now have to arrange when to see my parents.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just go and start making myself a cup of tea. I wouldn't just, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and
You're a
I
guest
feel to
in
this
your
day-
house.
Yeah, because we were always taught, can I have something to eat? Can I have some, like, now my little boy says to me, Mum, can I have something to eat? And I'm like, why are you asking me? Like, this is so it's just little things like that. And I never realised, like, how different our family dynamic was until I see normal families. Obviously, no one's normal, but, just that, because we've got a massive family. Like, I think I've got 8 or 9 uncles, same aunties, but I'm on my own.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have cousins that, I mean, I'm in touch with a few now more than I was, but I don't have that family. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a bit
Like-
squeaky, but I do. Yeah.
Hello. Grab yourself a Rennie's. But yeah, so I've just felt very lost and alone for a big part of my life.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what it was, and I thought, obviously, it's me, I'm the problem. So then, the first person that I got together with was with him for 11 years. That was like everything. And it was like, oh, I've got my own family, that sort of thing,
Yeah.
And then that went to shite. So then I was just on my own again. I had to make the decision to pack up and leave with a 3-year-old and a carrier bag full of stuff. That's all I had.
God.
Yeah.
So then navigating being alone and like really alone, I had my sister, she helped me for a bit, but like not really having that safety net of people to, I guess deep down inside, I'm still that little girl that just wants to be looked after.
Yeah, of course you are. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's taken a lot of therapy and a lot of work to get to this point to realise what it is. But I think, so letting other people in, I do not do it easily because I've got massive abandonment issues. Which,
it's the abandonment, isn't it? And the trust.
Yeah, which, unfortunately, for my friends that I have let in, is an absolute nightmare. Because that with the ADHD,
if I let them go,
if I've said something wrong or I think that you don't like me anymore, oh my god, the panic! It's like I need to grip onto people.
Yeah. You always, the issue is I'm not, I'm going, Eleanor thinks I have, but I'm just me. But
I wouldn't be so sure.
Okay, Karen.
I think we were brought up by, my mum was like Irish Catholic. And there's a lot of inherent religious, and always, you always think you've upset people. And I know what it's taken me years, I'm not even over it yet, to sort of think, oh, have I upset someone? But for you, that must be like triply, quadruply harder that you're, it must be like exhausted.
It's horrendous at
because,
times.
Especially in the job you do, because
isn't it like,
every one of us will have a criticism.
I just learned about something this morning as well called RSD, which is
rejection
sensitivity disorder, which is really like that and ADHD are really commonly linked together. So that won't be helping, will it?
Yeah, so and everyone goes, oh, everyone's got a bit of ADHD. No, and sorry, until
like people have got traits, but it's not the
everybody's got traits,
same
but the
thing.
difference is ours are so severe. Like when I'm up, I am up and I'm on top of the world. When I'm down, it's like it's just horrendous, and it's very difficult for my friends to try and manage.
What is running your own business given you then? Because
PTSD.
knowing Ellie and I run our own business, and it's like, you what, love?
She's a PTSD.
It's just sometimes running your own business gives you massive freedom, but then it gives you massive like anxiety. Do you know, like it's because you don't have any consistency, do you? Or you don't have any regular income, or you're always trying to appeal to people. Not appeal, that's a terrible word. Just trying to get people to buy you, and then you're always at the will of their criticism. So how you said that you've had the best 6 months. It seems counterintuitive to everything you've just said about what is it that your own business has given you, despite all this crap that you have with it.
So I've had the best 6 to 8 months, whatever it is, but I've also burnt out more times than I can remember.
Right.
I can imagine.
I don't think I've had a day off. Even when I say I'm having a day off, it's never a day off.
So when you're on holiday, you don't have your days off?
Not really. I'll still have my phone and stuff. Like I went on holiday with the boy in April, and this is like what makes me good at what I do is I genuinely care, and I'm like a dog with a bone. Like, I will make it work. Like there's just no question about it. So when I went on holiday in April, one of my clients was like, I don't want you posting, I don't want to see you on social media, I don't want you doing anything. But I'd go on and she hasn't updated her stories, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, and I know no one's going to die. And she's like, you've done it again. And I'm like, yes, but it's your business. Like, I'm invested. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, well, it's only a few stories a day. But yeah, it's difficult because admin, I watched an episode yesterday with Amy, I think it was. And you said about you hate admin, leave me out of it. I don't want any part of it. Like the accountant, they can, whatever, just tell me what I need. I don't need to know the details of anything. Just tell me what I need to do.
What you need to do. Yeah. I'm the same. I'm the same. Exactly the same.
That's a nightmare. In terms of having to show up online all of the time, I guess it's what I've always done anyway. And I've had to mask my entire life because you've been told what's wrong with you. You know, I feel weird in certain situations. Like, I'm very, very convinced that I might have autism as well, because I do. Yeah. I can be like this and all bubbly, but then I just feel very weird. Like I can go for dinner with my best friend who I love dearly, and I'll be sat there like they're a stranger and I can't talk to it. Like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, in terms of having to show up, I guess it's like when it's time to switch on, it just switches on.
Yeah.
And that's
why do you think you chose to like?
You know, this is me. Sorry. What you're seeing is me. This is a good day. Yesterday, I was in bed at 3:30 p.m. with the blinds shut and did not want to speak to anybody and just shut myself away. So yeah, it's exhausting in the fact that it's never just.
Yeah.
So imagine that and throw alcohol into the mix.
Yeah.
We're going to come on to that in a minute, but I think Elle what were you saying, Elle?
You know, I was just wondering, because you'd had your marketing job and you'd done it. So when you left that, what was it that made you go, no, I'm just going to do this by myself rather than, you know, like just going for another marketing role?
So the PT that I work with, Become Bodywise, shout out. I joined her as a client because I was massively overweight. So I joined her as a client and we just clicked. I don't know what it was, but we just clicked. So then I was working from home. She was obviously working from home. So we started hanging out together. And then I just started helping her out doing bits and bobs. And then she was like, we were talking about financials and like goals. You know, I want to be able to do it. I'm sick of living month to month, all of that sort of stuff. And she was like, why don't you come and work for me? And I was like, what? And she was like, why don't you come and do 30 hours for me and just see what happens? So I was like, okay, fine. So that was the plan. I was just going to leave one job and I was just going to start another. And then she said, we'll do it on a self-employed basis because she's definitely got ADHD. She don't know it. like the admin and all of that sort of stuff, like the taxes and that shit. She was like, it's not happening. So you do self-employed. So I said, yeah, right then. And I just thought, do you know, I'm just gonna make a Facebook page. Like, that's my bread and butter.
30 hours is a pretty good amount of hours, isn't it? It's like, it's a, bear with me when I say safer, but it's a less risky jump, isn't it?
Yeah. So like, that is my bread and butter. If all else goes to shit, I'm fine.
Yeah,
that's good.
So really anything else is a bonus. So yeah, I just thought I'm just going to start the page, just see what happens. You know, like most people who are neurodivergent, there was no plan. It was a okay. Let's see what happens. And yeah,
do you know what though? The more we do these episodes, the more I'm realizing, like, neurodivergent or not, there's rarely a plan.
I love like what you said on Amy's episode when you said
can't remember what I said.
I shall reflect. You said that I'm utterly convinced that there is nobody that has got their stuff together.
Nobody has them. Everyone's winging it.
It's all a big like game, especially in corporates. It's a game people play in corporates. You know, like you go and you have all these words like strategy and autopsy and huddles and agiles and all the things. You know, they're called agiles, sprints. You're like, all my whole corporate life, you play a game of words.
Yeah,
you know, like, and if you've got an amazing leader and it's leadership who makes you accountable and does it themselves, then you get results. Everybody else is just playing a game. And it's just mind blowing. Like, it's all a big con. And a great leader is what makes the difference.
Yeah, I have to say one of the reasons, obviously, I always like thank other people, but you know, there is a bit of my own hard work there. But one of the massive influences is the owner of that business that I went to work for, Christina, because I turned up, I was like, right, what do I need to wear? Like, how do I? And she went, I want you to be you. Like, bring your whole self to work, whatever that is. Be you. So I didn't have to mask. I didn't have to wear little office stuff. You know, I live in shirts like this, shorts. I'm very much a tomboy, which again, you know, playing football when you were younger, you were always made to feel weird. It's not like it is these days for girls. So yeah, she was just, and she saw something in me that I was basically not her project, but she really looked after me, and I wouldn't be, I don't think, no, in fact, I probably know I would not be sober now if it wasn't for her.
Wow.
What did she do? So you talked about your alcoholism. So when did you realize you got a problem? like when did you realize that you were way too out of control with that? I mean, I don't know whether you were, but
I was. It was bad. Like, I always thought that I was just the good time girl, you know, going out.
Yeah.
I'd always drank, but I didn't consider it a problem at all. And then, you know, I'd say things escalated about a year before I left my son's father, because he was a drinker as well.
Right.
And it was just, you know, we were two young kids, got a place of our own, finally free, just, you know. But a year before, it just started creeping in more and more. And then once I'd left Ollie's dad, I think my child-free weekends, that was just a green light.
Yeah.
I'm off out, and I'm, you know, as with most ADHDers, I'm all or nothing. Like, the point that I guess it just got really, really bad. Like, I knew there was a problem because my friends weren't drinking like I was drinking. And then there'd be periods where it wasn't even just going out and having a social anymore. It was, I'd be drinking of an evening in the week.
Yeah.
Then it started affecting like my relationships. Financially, I was just on my arse, having to borrow money from my mum, but I could always find money to have a drink. But I didn't think that was a problem. You know, I lost multiple jobs not being sacked, but I'd just leave them because I'd end up just not going in, and then I didn't really care. It just got worse and worse and worse. And I think for the first time in my life, somebody had sat me down and said, "This isn't okay."
Was this Christine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
that's pretty awesome, really, isn't it? It's such a difficult conversation to have.
Honestly,
it's so hard.
I will be forever grateful for that woman, because I was, there'd be times that I wouldn't turn up. I've still got the screenshots from the Teams message where she sent me, "I just need to know if you're alive," because I'd go missing for days. Like, once I'd gone on one, and then the trauma and everything, I would just spiral. I'd put myself.
It's a vicious circle, isn't it?
Yeah,
because you go into the guilt thing. It's pretty shit.
And I
really.
really wanted. I really wanted to stop. I really, really wanted to stop. And I tried. I got help. Stopped for 77 days, and I was like, well, it's not that bad then, is it? Because we very quickly forget how bad it's been.
Yeah.
And then, because I told everyone, "Nope, I've quit drinking," I was really proud of myself, 77 days. And then I was just like, it can't be that bad. So I thought, I'll just have a couple. That couple turned into 2 years of me absolutely battering myself, almost trying to convince myself that I didn't have a problem. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm going to go out.
Because you did 77 days.
Yeah, I didn't.
So you don't have a problem.
Like, actually, all that stuff. I don't know what I was thinking about. Like, and it was just a lot. And then I was drinking. What was I drinking? So on a normal week, I'd probably have 3 or 4 bottles of whiskey a week.
Wow.
Because I'd be able to, I'd buy a bottle, and I wouldn't even keep it in the kitchen. I'd have my little table set up next to me, and I'd have my 2-litre bottle of Coke and a bottle of whiskey, and I'd just sit and watch the TV, pour another one, and I'd be able to drink 3/4 of that, if not the whole bottle, and then go to work the next day.
God.
And I'd do that 3-4 times a week. And then when it was my child-free weekend, Jesus Christ, I'd drink that before I went out. They were my pre-drinks. Wow. Then I'd go out all evening till about 5 o'clock in the morning. Then we'd go to the 24-hour garage on the way home.
God, you must have been knackered.
Then we'd get booze for I'd say the after party. In the end, I was the only person at the party.
Yeah.
And then it's suddenly, I don't think I've actually ever shared this before, but I'm going to. And then suddenly,
if you change your mind, we'll take it out. So that's okay.
No. I'm quite. I think there's a saying that they have in CA: secrets keep you sick, right? And I think the more you hold on the guilt and the shame,
because actually at that time that was who you were. It wasn't a deliberate choice. It's not who you are now. That was a different circumstance, and you have to be able to try and get rid of that guilt because you're not that person now.
Yeah.
So it's amazing.
I would, like I say, I would drink after I'd finished a night out, and then the birds would come up, and then I was looking on my phone, right, when's Uber active so I can order something. I'd have Uber come in at 9 o'clock in the morning with more.
Isn't it interesting how your brain is so clever about getting what it wants when it's in that state? I don't want to use the word imaginative, but it
doesn't matter what I would do anything. To get what I needed, and then that was becoming more frequent. My friends were, people would come knocking on my door because I am very social on social media. I'd go quiet for days.
Yeah.
I'd be posting all about my Friday night, but come Saturday and Sunday, I'd be
gone.
And they knew, people knew.
It's hard when you know someone's drinking like that to know what to say.
People
it's really hard.
I can't believe your friends would let you do that. It's not their problem. as in
It's really
And
difficult.
really, how much control would, even if they could have been round banging the door down, would you have cared in that moment?
No,
Would you have
exactly.
listened to them? Not
they've done
really.
it. They've done it, and I actually had a go at one of my friends, like, "Fuck, oh, sorry, for God's sake,
No,
why are you
it's fine.
bothering me? Like, leave me alone. Like, what you doing?" And and then they're like, "Well, we're just worried about you." And this is what alcohol and drugs do to you. Like,
Yeah.
I remember someone saying, you always think of like an alcoholic or a drug addict as like waste of space, thief, this, that, and the other. Well, that's not me, because I've got a job and I don't go out stealing. No, but what I do is I steal from my friends and family every single weekend with their peace of mind.
Yeah.
My friends are going to bed thinking, "Oh my
Hope
God,
she's all right,
is she going to be all right?" I'd have phone call. It was just horrendous. Like, looking back at it now, it was just horrendous. And then one day I still don't know what happened, but there was I come back off a holiday, and I remember vividly, before I went away on holiday, I had 6 beers in the fridge. And the holiday was just a nightmare, just because I went away with family, and you know what it's like when kids are together in a caravan. It was honestly, these kids would just not leave each other alone.
Feral.
Yeah.
And it was just like, "Stop doing that to her, stop doing that." And in the end, I was just like, I've just had enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I got home, car broke down on the way home as well, so that was nice. Then when I got into the house, it turns out that my electric had gone off midweek and the app hadn't pinged to say you're running low. So my entire freezer had to be thrown away. I'd been shopping the week before.
Oh my God.
And I just thought, I just need to relax. I'll have them 3 drinks and I'll go to bed. Those 6 drinks, those 6 drinks turned into 3 days of pure hell. I can't, still to this day, I cannot tell you what happened in those 3 days, because I don't know. I remember having those 6, and then I thought, oh, I'd had the taste for it. So I thought, well, I'll just order Uber, was my best friend back then. I'd get a bottle of whiskey. And I remember that. And then everything after that is just
Gone.
I don't know. And the worst thing about it is my son was in the house.
Oh.
And I know he was not looked after. He wasn't looked after at all, but he wasn't,
In danger.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't.
Yeah.
But my sister came round and she had a key, and I just remember sitting on the sofa and she was just like, "What the fuck has happened?" And I was like, "I don't know." I think I just knew in that moment, I've got nothing left.
Yeah.
I've got nothing left. So rightfully, she took my boy. Well, she called his dad and he took him. And I wasn't allowed to see him for a good few weeks. I had social services at the door, which, now I'm not a snob in any way, but I would never have classed myself as that person.
A risk to your child,
My boy is everything to me.
Yeah.
But isn't that mad? Because like, he is everything, and like, I don't doubt for a second that like it is for everyone else, but that doesn't matter in addiction, does it?
No, and that's when you know that you've got a problem. Look, despite all of these outside factors that are telling you, showing you reasons not to drink, you then go and drink.
Yeah.
So that was really, really difficult, because I've never felt true heartbreak until that day.
Yeah.
Once I'd because I was just drinking, going to sleep, drinking, going to sleep, drinking, going to, like, it must have just been chaos. Like, I woke up, well, when I finally came back round, there was 2 bottles of whiskey and a bottle of vodka.
Surprised you didn't have a medical emergency.
I'm surprised. Like, yeah. And when I finally, like, I don't know, I think him going was like the shock. You know when they say, like, you're drinking and something happens and it sobers you up?
Yeah.
I think that must be what happened. And I was just like, fuck, I've got to do something. Like, if I don't do it now, then there's no point me being here.
Yeah.
Because I will be damned if I'm going to put my son through what I went through.
Yeah.
And I was already doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I reached out and I just said to someone, I said, look, I'm broken. Like, this thing's got me. Whatever it is, like, I've got it. I'm fully convinced. I spent a long time, but I fully convinced myself that, yeah, I cannot drink like a normal person. And that was the 19th of July, 2023. And I haven't touched a drop since.
That's amazing.
Was that difficult? Yeah, first and foremost, that is amazing. But was that difficult to come to terms with, that, like, actually, or did you have that moment and go, no, okay, clearly I can't drink like
even
a
touch
normal
one
person?
Yeah, I think because I tried before and then I'd gone back, genuinely, like, I know some people struggle, but I was always a binge drinker. I'm not going to drink, then I'll drink. You know, it wasn't, like, in the end, it was becoming more frequent, but it wasn't like, I wasn't alcohol dependent.
But I do think that's difficult because you are not, because I think it's so, like, it's so, Christ, if I could get any words out, it would be helpful, wouldn't it? No, like, society's image of alcoholics is, as you said, like, someone, like, you know, down, but, like, drinking every single day and drinking all day every single day. And actually, it's not necessarily the case, because if there's a dependency,
an alcoholic is, once you start, you cannot stop. Doesn't matter about the intervals in between. And this is what I wish people, like, having since learnt about it, when you go through CA and AA and all that, they say about an allergy, right? Now, to a normal person, they have a drink and they enjoy that drink. They leave half a bottle of wine in the fridge, whatever. Crazy. When I have a drink, something physically changes in me. Like, I can feel that, like, it's game time. I am allergic to it's the same as, say, if somebody had a peanut allergy. They have a physical reaction.
Right, interesting.
That's exactly what alcoholism is. Doesn't matter if you're doing it all day, every day. It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't
eat nuts if you had a
peanut
no matter what
allergy,
Yeah, it's a dependency no matter what it looks like, innit?
Yeah. And this is why I think so many people are living with it and don't realise, because you have the stereotypical Phil Mitchell on a park bench with a brown bag.
Yeah.
Like, no, like, the amount of people that I see and know in the workplace that are definitely have addiction problems.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's not, there's still so much shame around it. Like, let's not forget, this substance is supposed to be addictive.
Yeah.
So actually, the fact that you're not addicted makes me think you're the one that's weird.
Yeah. But no, and it is, and it must be really difficult, particularly with British culture. We were just talking about it to somebody yesterday, I can't remember. But, like, it's ingrained. Like, we've been drinking since we were kids. It's what you do.
Yeah.
And to then, like, to try and then come out of that because you've got a problem, but I think it must be really difficult, because I just think, well, I don't, so I can put the drink down and I'll be okay, and not, you know, I don't really even think about it after that. But, you know, I can't imagine, oh, come on, Kimmy, it's just one. Well, it's not, though, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's not.
Because I've tried to do it, I firmly know deep within me, it doesn't matter what anybody else says to me, like, I know that I cannot just have one. And I think once you accept that, then it just makes it a whole lot easier. So this time round, like, there's been, I think, twice in the whole 2 years that I've gone, English. And it's not even because I want the drink. It's that whole, everyone's out at the pub garden in the sun. It's that
sunny.
It's that. Yeah. But that lies to me, because that's not my truth. Like,
no.
Once I have one, my truth isn't the sunshine, like, beer garden.
Chat,
9 a.m. waiting for Uber to open.
Yeah.
And now, because I know that, and I'm so certain and clear within myself about what that stuff does to me, I do not think about it. I went to this weekend. One of my clients is a pub. I went on a brewery trip. a whole
Oh
day,
my God.
6
I
hours.
saw it on your socials. It made me laugh. I was thinking
and people were
That's
like,
amazing.
are you okay? And it's like, but
Yeah.
it's not amazing though, because alcohol isn't the problem. Because if it was, everybody would be the same.
Yeah.
It's the way I react to alcohol.
You're wired, yeah.
But still, you've managed to put yourself in that situation, and you've managed to stay true to yourself in it. So it is amazing that you
I think that's,
can be in that environment and be okay. It is.
It is, because I know deep rooted in myself what I have. So I'm not trying to, I'm doing it to please anyone else. So there's still a little bit of grey area. No, I've tested that.
But I think that's what I mean as well. Like, the only person that's got you to that point is you. Nobody else has put that effort and work in and been through all this shit stuff and done all the hard work to do it. So it is amazing that you've done it. It's like
and I think you're spot on, Elle, because it's amazing that you knew you couldn't do it on your own. So whilst you might be grateful for people helping you, if you hadn't said enough, I'm broken, I need help, you're the person that asked for help. So you're the person that's done that. Because that is what I really admire in that, and it's really hard, is when you actually have to say, I really need help.
And actually, since I've done that, the amount of love that I've had back from people, which still makes me really uncomfortable and awkward.
Oh, I bet.
We will do.
But like, and I think that's why my business is as successful as it is, because what most people say is, I love that you're just you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yes, I'm good at what I do, and I can take your socials from nothing to something, fine. But I think it's because I'm not just your social media person.
We have been, as you know, bitten and spent money that we haven't got on all sorts of
shit over the years. Yeah.
Because, and what we learned was that people are selling you a pretense. They don't get to know. I remember one class that you weren't here, I think you were traveling. We did a day with them, and they made us do elevator pitches for our first not-for-profit. Nobody in that room, I mean, and I teach it, I facilitate it, wanted to do it. It was like people waiting in a dentist waiting room.
Oh, God.
And it didn't mean anything. It didn't matter that we could say in a sentence what the company was about, because always with us, which, it's what we feel about it. And so I think when somebody told me about you, and I thought, oh, that makes me laugh, and I think you should be really proud of that, because you know who you appeal to and you know who you don't. And that's okay.
Yeah.
And I think it's taken
I
us
remember you saying
ages
to me,
to do it.
like, I'm speaking to this woman, she's called Kimmy, she seems really down to earth, and that's what I thought, okay. I couldn't get, I was like
yeah.
But you know what I mean? It wasn't, and this is her amazing statistics, and this is her, couldn't care less, because it was like, you could, you were just
somebody
easy to talk to and down to earth. Yeah.
Exactly. And she said, this is what she's like. And I think it's really interesting for you. And I think it's something on the podcast. Once you realise who your tribe is, it doesn't matter if nobody else is in it, and you can just forget about them. And I think that's what you do. I don't know whether you know who your tribe is yet. And that'll be really interesting. But I think you attract it. Yeah. We all say your vibe attracts your tribe. And I think it's going to be amazing. Well, now even really about what your ambitions are for your business, because this is your new you, isn't it? Which is just awesome.
And it's crazy because it's not just a side hobby, or, I've got actual big, yes, they're a smaller business, but these are people that have got a reputation. Whether it be
and I'm not being funny, you signed up to us for the next zillion, so you're going nowhere, lady.
But do you know what I mean? It's like, it's almost like, what, you want me to do it? Like, there's still that, and I'm not going to use the two words that you hate.
I do hate it, because actually it's just really natural to feel.
Yeah, but I think when you've been told, when you've been told from a child what is wrong with you, and you've been taken to the doctors because there is something wrong with you, and you've been kicked out of home because there is something wrong with you. When you start to do something, and you're good at it, it is a case of, again, it goes back to that little girl.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Like,
Well,
it makes me feel, the first time I started doing work for someone and I had to send a quote to them, it was £350 for a month's work.
Don't know.
And I was really, really scared to ask them for that money.
You just started on your story
Was
about
it
the
about
little
when
girl
you being told?
It was the little girl, because I was going to say there's a whole thing about the little girl, because it's
Christ
really,
almighty, well done.
No, but it really resonates with me because you do a lot of work on it when you're working with people about the little person in you
You
is the
can't say
person.
little person.
I know the little girl in you is holding power still. Like, do you know, that's what you do.
But isn't that right? Okay. And maybe we leave this and maybe we get rid of it.
Oh yeah, we never went off.
Yeah.
Me and Eleanor were talking rubbish.
Carry on. This is
Let's just carry on. Yeah.
Okay.
But isn't it mad that, like, and fine, okay, because it's the same for every single person in the whole world, but how mad is it that, like, these things can happen when you're so much younger, and then you spend the rest of your life, like, well, either not acknowledging it until it becomes, you're defined by it, and then you've got to, then when you realise, then you've got, like, decades worth of learned behaviours and learned experience, and then you expect to sort it out overnight, and you're like, well, I know now, I must be better, and you think,
I think
because you've got, like,
wouldn't it be great, Kimmy,
if experience?
Wouldn't it be great if you could just like switch it on from now, which is like, what's your ambition for your business? Like, what do you want it to be? Like, you know, we want Woot to deliver 10 million hours of support. Like, what is your vision? And wouldn't it be great if, like, unfortunately, you live with all the people that know you. Like, you know, it's like almost like you could just step away from all that and go to Kimmy's island and just be the Kimmy that's not the little girl. I mean, that would just be awesome, wouldn't it? So what is it? What are you going to do,
Kimmy? To be honest, I probably wouldn't go to Kimmy's island because
it's a dangerous place.
It's a good time, but
I was thinking one of the words that I was thinking about that I was going to say earlier about you is hedonism. Do you remember, like, hedonism, like when you were at your thing, like it's like all that hedonistic pleasure of like the Roman orgies and all that sort of stuff, and like that'd be Kimmy's island.
I don't know what hedonism means, but I will
like
Google it later.
I don't know, but
happiness
all I
and
heard
pleasure.
Orgies. Don't drink any hedonism, so that doesn't happen.
Hedonism is like where you get pleasure from like addiction sort of stuff, you know, like drinking and all that sort of stuff. So it's not like real,
and that's what it is.
Happiness.
This is what makes me happy. Like, and that's why I don't switch off when I go on holiday.
Yeah,
that's why.
But do you think that matters, Kimmy? Do you think? Why does it matter if you choose to do that and you're, as long as you're not burnt out? Why does it matter if?
Because it's just what I love, and my thing is, like, if this could pay my bills, I wouldn't charge a penny. When somebody comes and they're like, "Oh my God, I don't know what to do," and then they come to me, like our friend Lily, she came to me and she went, "Oh my God, I'm doing a guest spot at another salon. I never would have had the confidence to message them if it wasn't for you." That for me, is just everything. Like, and that's why I give so much of myself to people and my
you do, like you do. You do. Yeah, we can testify to that. So
I think you're right.
I just love what I do.
The worth. No, I agree with you on that. I think you do, and I think, you know, you're a growing business. It's really hard when you're a growing business to have proper boundaries, and I think too many people try and tell women what they should and what they shouldn't do. You know, like, and if you want to do it because then at least you can relax and read a book for an hour when you're on holiday. So, do you know, like, I'm a nightmare. I work at night. I know that it's a nightmare. I apologise to all of you, but that's where I can't be bothered during the day. So I think your business, because the social media is like a 24/7. It doesn't really matter.
No, because
I'm trying to tie you down here, Kimmy. What do you want your business to achieve?
I just want it to continue to be able to help people. Doesn't matter what that means financially. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't know is the answer. I just know that at the moment I'm absolutely loving what I'm doing, and
so you want it to be the same. To be the same, and still love it.
Because I don't. This is a whole new what. I nearly broke into song then. This is.
I did in my head, so don't worry about it.
This is a whole new life for me. So I don't know what it like. Someone was asking me, well, what do you want? Do you want a scale? Do you want this? Do you want that? It's like, I just want to keep doing what I love. Like,
I think,
Yeah.
but as long as you know that,
your posh words, because I don't understand them and I never will. They won't go in.
Yeah.
it doesn't matter as long as you know what your why
for
is.
you at the minute,
Yeah.
isn't it? Do you know what I mean, this is working. So I think, because I think people can get a bit bogged down in the like, so what we do next, like,
Yeah.
but speaking of, I know we've spoken about it 3 times on this call, but Amy, I was talking to her yesterday because I'd said, like, Kimmy's going to do a post for you and blah blah blah, and she just said she's feeling really burnt out and she doesn't know what she's gonna. And I thought, yeah, but she's had a year of her business. That's incredible. You've done what you've done in 8 months. That's amazing. You don't need to. No, but you don't need to do the next big best thing.
You don't.
You just need to celebrate what you've done.
That's why I asked, what do you want it to be? Because it needs to be what you want it to be.
Yeah, the thing is,
too much pressure.
I had somebody helping me, and it didn't go to plan, and that's not down to them. A massive chunk of it is down to me, because I just kind of was like, okay, yeah, great, you can help me, right? And then things went wrong, and the buck stops with me. So I'm not in any way slating this person, but what I realised is I can't teach what I've got.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
You can't.
I tried, and when I tried to tell her what was going on in my head, it was awful. So no wonder the poor girl did stuff wrong. Because I don't know what it is that I've got, but like the vulnerability post yesterday, like that graphic, bang, in my head. Like,
yeah, it's amazing.
I couldn't teach
what
that
I
to
really
someone.
like about, so for everybody listening, what I really like about Kimmy is if she gets you, like, like, I don't think like that, Ellie doesn't think like that, we know we need it, we've never ventured into social media before, we hate it. It's like, but we know we've got to do it for our business to be successful, so it pushes you. And what I love about what you do is you say, I want to say this, and then you get back and you think, perfect, and it's even your tone of voice. And I think that is you, like you are you. So trying to dilute that to other people, you just need another you, which I think you'll drive yourselves insane.
Yeah.
Because
and the control freaks out there, which was me. I was not very good at social media, but felt all the pressure to try and do it because I'm such a control freak. Hand over to Kimmy; she's going to do a better job than you,
and you're going to trust it.
That's the reason I do what I do. It's for people that don't have time to do social media, the people that don't have a clue about it, or the people that know they need it but they just hate it. Like, give it to me. I love it. You crack on with day job.
I think one of the things that you could do, you say you can't teach it, but I'm just thinking about what you could do for us. You are a great coach, so I think it's like you can inspire people to do something, so I think teaching, I get, you can't teach what's in your head, but I think one of your absolute skills is about that coaching, like that. And I mean coaching in its truest sense, which is helping other people to think about it and helping other people to do it.
Yeah,
you can do it. Yeah. You really can. And you do it in a really good way. It's funny, for everybody that doesn't know Kimmy, she does not keep me and Eleanor to, what's the word? On track, and challenges you to come out your comfort zone. And I think that what you've got, however it grows and whatever it will form, but me and Eleanor will say, what will be will be. We're just seeing where women of our time go, so no pressure. So it will be what it will be, and I think you will be what you will be. And I just think that's pretty inspiring. And I think you have your USP is you.
And do you know what? Like I get that now, and I actually believe that, and not in an arrogant way. It's like,
I know, it's amazing.
You can go to other people. There are great people out there, and I will always recommend, if it's not me, like, because it is, like you say, your vibe, your tribe. If we're not the right fit, then I will happily give you to somebody else. But I
think it's a salutary lesson for all women, which is there's an inclination for a lot of women to like please, and I don't mean please in the way it's really. We had a long conversation with somebody yesterday, didn't we, Ellie, about language, about what's said about women, and I think women want to please in a really good way, a really kind way. But I think if you just think, in the end of the day, you think, well, that person doesn't want to be part of women of our time, and that's okay. It's really liberating. you know.
It is,
I
and
think,
it's the whole Mel Robbins thing, the let them theory. Like, I bang on about it all the time because I went to see her show for my birthday, and just it's that we stress ourselves out so much, and why?
You two are much younger than
what?
me, so I would say get on with it, because I'm like 61 now, and I'm like, Christ Almighty, you know, like.
But
I
yeah,
just
I
think it's amazing.
I don't care, and I mean this from the nicest place possible, if you don't like me.
Yeah.
Because I now like me. I didn't like me for a very, very long time. So if you don't like me, that's okay.
I read this quote
That's
yesterday
amazing.
that said, it's Eleanor Roosevelt, and it said, it doesn't matter to me. I'm paraphrasing it. I'll find it later. It doesn't matter to me what other people's opinions of me are, or something like that. It was a bit
Other
nicer
people's
than that.
opinions are nothing to do with me.
It just exactly. And I thought, do you know, that's really true.
Yeah,
Because
like what somebody thinks about me is none of my business.
Yeah, she said it's similar to that.
Yeah.
But I didn't say it very well, but you know.
Basically, the only thing that I would say is, as long as you know who you are, nothing else matters.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter, like, who cares? Someone doesn't like you, great. Somebody doesn't like the way that I do things, don't care. Like, I'm not asked.
Well, it's only you that's got to live with you for the rest of your life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's
And
nobody
who's
else
gonna
has got to
sack
do
me?
it. Yeah,
Exactly.
I basically took myself to the point that I'm so unemployable, I had to start my own business.
Do you know what? Really interestingly, Kimmy, that happened with me as well, because I thought nobody's going to employ me because I'm going to be at the hospital every day. But anyway, I thought, no, I'm unemployable now. So it's so weird, isn't it? Anyway, it's the end of our hour, isn't it, Ellie? So
it is. It is. So we have got a last and final question for you, which is, if you had to choose a song to be like the theme song for your life, what song could it be?
It would be, and not necessarily the theme tune because it doesn't relate to my life, but just a song that is me all over and just makes me feel really, really good, is Shut Up and Dance by, is it Walk the Moon? You know,
I don't know, can't remember. Congratulations on being the first person to sing their song.
Person to sing it.
Well done.
Thank you. But that, for me, no matter what mood I'm in, like, there's just something about that song. Dopamine.
Yeah. No, I was going to say. Yeah,
it does make me laugh. Dopamine. It could also be dopey me.
Dopamine, yeah. Thanks for that, Karen.
Sorry.
Thanks for that. The RSD will kick in now, and I'll think about that for 3 months.
I meant me.
No, you're fine.
That doesn't matter now, she's heard it.
Yeah,
oh my God. Don't be so evil.
No, I've got therapy next week. You're getting brought up.
No,
I'm glad to help.
Yeah, exactly. This has been brilliant. Thank you so much. And thank you for sharing everything that you've shared with us. And
also thank you for helping us change our business in the last 6
and thank
weeks.
you for trusting me with your business.
Yeah, you made it.
We do trust you, but we are also like, let Kimmy do it.
Yeah.
You're really, really good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And thank you everyone for listening. And we will see you next time. Bye.